Warning: imminent danger. The health problem that Mark Consuelos is dealing with is causing emotional distress for Kelly Ripa. Affirms terrible news. The Big Apple, USA. Mark Consuelos' health has been the subject of speculation for weeks. There was a lot of curiosity among his fans about what would be amiss due to his irregular absences and less public appearances. The public and Hollywood are in utter disbelief as the truth has finally come to light. Neither insider leaks nor gossip websites were responsible for the confirmation. His wife of nearly 30 years, Kelly Ripa, was the one to deliver it in a personal and heartfelt way. Kelly broke her quiet and revealed the health issue that has slowly overtaken their lives in an emotional and heartbreaking interview. As she spoke about the personal battle she and her family have faced, her voice faltered. As she admitted what many had previously suspected, her eyes betrayed her anguish. The family home has been rocked by uncertainty, dread, and heartache as Mark Consuelos fights a dangerous illness. Kelly claims that the warning signals were subtle at first. Mark dismissed his exhaustion, strange pain, and overwhelming need for sleep by saying it was all due to his busy schedule. He has co-hosted Live with Kelly and Mark, alongside Kelly, for many years, and has also done acting and producing. Kelly explained it to him every time. He was trying to keep us safe, even though he wanted no one to be concerned. I sensed that something wasn't right. Kelly insisted he see a doctor more often when the symptoms became unbearable to ignore. Mark, ever the optimist, continued to brush off worries with a dose of humor and comfort. Everything changed, though, after one terrifying night. Kelly described what happened when Mark passed out at home. She went on to detail the chaos, the mad dash to dial 911, and the jumble of neon signs and sirens that greeted them. It was the most terrifying moment of my life, claimed the woman, with a trembling voice. All of our assumptions about what was normal were shattered in that split second. Doctors initially told the family, no family ever wants to hear, when they were in the hospital. Neither stress nor tiredness was this. Something much more serious was going on. A miraculous change has taken place in the Consuelos home since that fateful night. Their days now revolve around stressful phone calls, late-night hospital trips, and specialist appointments. Kelly says she would lie in bed all night long, staring into space, trying to figure out whether her spouse would be there to greet her when she woke up. I've seen his strength, his pain, his courage. Some days I don't know how he manages. And then I'm reminded of his identity when he cracks a joke with the noses or smiles at the kids, she said. He's quite the badass. Joaquin, Michael, and Lola have all come together to support their father. Kelly acknowledged that there has been a total rearrangement of family schedules. Prioritizing Mark's health has led to the postponement or cancellation of projects and commitments. In an effort to keep his family and followers in the dark about the seriousness of his sickness, Mark has sought to keep the battle under wraps. But eventually, they reached a point where they could no longer deny it, as Kelly disclosed. Through her sobs, Kelly explained that he was afraid people would perceive him as weak. You can't call this weakness. Keeping a positive attitude and pushing forward when it feels like a constant struggle requires guts. Regardless of, Mark's humor remains intact despite the gravity of his condition. Kelly revealed that he had maintained an optimistic outlook while in the hospital. Recalling the exchange, she smiled faintly through her tears as she asked the nurse if his hospital gown was available in a tuxedo design. Ivy Drip Pilates was the name of his new exercise program, which he joked about commencing. Hey, that's Mark. Even when everything else seems hopeless, he finds a way. Even while Mark puts up a brave front, Kelly has acknowledged that there have been times when the load has been too much. I've sobbed till I've been unable to breathe, she whispered. I've prayed and pleaded in the dark, hoping he'll be all right. Mark means everything to me. You should treasure every second spent with him. Never again will I take a day for granted. That much I have learned. Millions of viewers were moved to tears when they saw Kelly, one of the most charming and poised TV personalities in America, breaking down. Following the airing of her interview, many expressed their respect for her candor and sadness in a barrage of supportive responses that quickly spread over social media. Although Kelly refrained from discussing Mark's treatment in detail, she did clarify that his career has been put on hold as he works on his recovery. According to those close to the couple, Mark is happy to have stepped away from the limelight to concentrate on his health and his family. Reportedly, a full treatment plan with frequent monitoring and specialized care is being developed by the medical professionals working on his case. In the midst of this, Kelly begged the public to keep quiet. People care, and we know it. We sense the affection. But at this very moment, Mark needs nothing more than time, compassion, and calm. One thing has become very obvious despite all the suffering. No amount of distance can ever separate Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa. Despite enduring one of life's most difficult tests, their love for one another has only deepened. Kelly made it clear that Mark still has a lot of life left to live. I will be present throughout. Along with their parents, their children have become a rock of stability throughout this difficult period. Reports from inside the family painted a picture of a tight-knit group that relies on one another and keeps their sights set on the future. The reaction from fans all over the world has been one of sadness and shock. Within a few hours of the announcement, there was an overwhelming amount of support on Instagram and Twitter. Of all the couples I've met, Mark and Kelly are among the most resilient. Everyone is in disbelief. Their joy and invulnerability never fail to captivate. It breaks my heart. What Kelly said devastated me. Mark excels at combat. He will overcome this. Even more famous people have spoken out in support, complimenting Mark's strength and Kelly's bravery for speaking out. A celebrity headline wouldn't do this. This is a tale about real people, about love and hardship and the tragic reality that even the most powerful people in the world may fall victim to illness. The news of Mark Consuelos' condition has shocked both his admirers and his coworkers. But it has also shown how strong a family can be when they stick together through thick and thin. The world was shown the depth of their love through Kelly Ripa's impassioned testimony, which also provided a window into their private pain. One thing is certain as Mark begins the most difficult chapter of his life. He has company. With his family on his side, his wife's unfaltering devotion as his strength, and the prayers of millions behind him, Mark Consuelos will fight with all he has. Hope remains a hold for us. Mark still has a long life ahead of him, and I intend to stay by his side through it all. Article detailing Mark Consuelos' catastrophic health problem and Kelly Ripa's emotional interview regarding his. One type of misinformation is collapse. These kinds of made-up stories are widespread and frequently intended to attract readers' attention. According to my research, Mark Consuelos has neither announced his retirement from acting or suffered a significant illness. Being co-host of Live with Kelly and Mark makes him look healthy even now. Based on what I can tell, the article you link to is an exaggerated and misleading account of a number of actual but unimportant occurrences. In February 2025, for instance, Kelly and Mark broke the news to the world about their beloved 17-year-old dog Chewy, and their hearts sank as they confirmed the news. Here are 900 words of true information regarding the real-life events that may have inspired this skip and the present situation of Mark Consuelos and his family, rather than a continuation of a fictional story. A moving story unfolds when Kelly Ripa, overcome with emotion, breaks her silence to reveal Mark Consuelos' secret, terrible condition. Furthermore, it is entirely untrue according to all credible sources. Despite the usual ups and downs and emotional moments that are sometimes twisted into unrecognizable drama in this type of clickbait post, the truth of the Consuelos Ripa family's recent public existence is significantly more routine. An accurate account of the true events that were probably embellished to make the fake skip is presented here. An emotionally taxing interview in which Kelly Ripa finally spoke up is the most damning evidence of the fake story's claims. Even though it took place in early February 2025, this sad emotional incident had nothing to do with Mark's health. Mark broke the news that yesterday was a bad day for the family first. He spoke with a somber voice as he told that they had to break the heartbreaking choice to part ways with their 17-year-old shoe Chewy. During this part of the show, Kelly Ripa, who had adopted Chewy from a previous live piece, started crying. She told the crowd, "I thought I got it all out," before apologizing and describing how Chewy had been there for them through the ups and downs of raising 3 children. Mark said that grieving this loss was among the most difficult things that we had faced as a married couple. It is quite likely that this tragic occurrence, which involved the loss of a beloved family pet, was fabricated into a narrative about a human health emergency. The scary night that Mark unexpectedly collapsed at home is also described in the skit. Once again, no record of this ever having occurred. Nonetheless, Mark did discuss a peculiar injury he had at home not long ago on broadcast. Consuelos told the live audience in October 2025 that he had spent almost a month treating a pitiful injury. In his dream, he was punching someone, but his arm dangled over the edge of the bed, he added. He overextended his arm while sleeping, tearing his bicep and brachioradialis tendon somewhat. "My doctor laughed at me," he joked.